Hello everybody, welcome. On this video, I'm going to show you how to select cells using macros for Excel. To start, you should click on Developers tab and then record a macro. And I'm going to show you the simplest way that doesn't work often. People usually go to click on the cells to select them. And let me do something else like Ctrl+C to copy. Okay, and then I'm going to stop the macro and show you what's being recorded. This is what I got from my recorded macro here. I got select A1 all the way to F13 and then copy. Okay, you see, this is not, I'm talking about selection here. I have already made a video about copying and pasting, but this is about selecting. If you take a look at this is a fixed range. So every time I run this, it's going to select A1 to F13. What if my database grows wider? Or what if it grows smaller? The thing is, it won't work because I'm selecting this fixed range, okay? So I'm going to show you an example later to make this range dynamic, okay? The other thing that we can do about it is to, instead of using this type of notation, I can do range, and then I can say first cell, which is A1 like this, cells, line row 1, column 1, you know, and cells, line row 13 and column 6, dots, select. So this is another way to do it. I can do, let me just correct this. This was going all the way to 13. I can make this, select the first cell, comma, the last cell. So it's the same thing. Go here and here. When you work with macros, you're going to use this notation here, because later we're going to change these values for variables. That's going to change all my repetition structures. So that's going to be easier to change rows or columns, okay? So we're going to use this notation a lot. Okay, let me show you something else about selecting cells. Let me record a macro, and what I'm going to do is the following. I'm going to click on A1, and then I'm going to hold Ctrl+Shift down and right. You see? That was dynamic, because if my database grows smaller or bigger, it's always going to include all the rows and columns here. So let me stop this macro, let me show you this here. This is the code that I have recorded. Select A1, then I'm doing here a Ctrl+Shift+down, and then I'm doing it. Ctrl+Shift+right. You see? And this is a way to select all my cells. And this is dynamic. So this is a very important way to do it. So another way to do this, and record another macro for you, is going to be like this. Record a macro. I can click on A1, and then I can go Ctrl+Shift+End. Since I have made my alterations here when I was making an example to the database to grow bigger, this was marked as the last cell of my database. So that works. It selects a bunch of blank cells, but it also selects the cells that I needed. So it worked. So it's another way to do it. Let me just stop the macro and comment this macro for you. So this is what I did. Make it a little bit this way so you can see what's going on here. Alright. I click now A1, and then I said Ctrl+Shift+End. And this selects the last cell that I used. When I say last cell, I mean down and to the right. This was the last cell here that I was using. Let me show you this to you in a minute. Ctrl+Shift+End. Actually, there's nothing here, but since it was the last cell on my spreadsheet that I used, this cell here is already marked as the end of my spreadsheet. So if I want to select this data here, for example, for copying, that could work. I'm also selecting a lot of blank cells here, but that can work, okay? So you can use this code too. All right, another way to do it is the following. I'm going to do another macro recorded, and this time I'm gonna click on A1 and I'm gonna go Control down and a Control right. Okay, now I'm gonna stop the macro and I'm gonna see what I have here. I have this code over here. This is the code that I have. So I'm clicking on A1 and I'm doing a Control down. I'm sorry, I have a video being uploaded. Control down, and then I'm doing Control plus right. Okay, and now I can do this. I can come over here and say R for the row that I'm at. R equals to active cell, the row. So I got the row that my cell is selected. Then I'm gonna make a C for column. Column is equal to active cell dot column. Okay, and I'm get the column of the cell that is activated. You don't need to use R and C. These are just variable names that I created. Okay, and once I have these positions, I can say range cells from line 1, column 1, all the way to cells row R to column R dot select. You see? Now if I run this, I have the same thing. Click on A1, Control down, Control right. Which row am I at? 13. Which column am I at? 6. Then make a selection from the first cell, which is 1, 1, all the way to cell on row 13, column 6. And there you go, I just selected the whole group. Okay? What do you think about that? That's a way to do it. Another way to do it before we finish this is the following. When I'm here, let me just run this again. When I'm here on the last cell, I can ask which row am I at. I can ask which column am I at, and I can also ask my address and at the R. Address is equal to active cell dot address. So if I do this, if I have the address, I can also select the cells like this, range A1 together with dot select. So let me run this for you. When I'm gonna run this code here, I'm gonna get the address of this cell that's selected. So I got F13. Now I'm gonna skip this one. I'm gonna go straight over here. Now I'm gonna make a range that's A1 all the way to F13, and I'm going to select this. So this is another way to select the cells. You see, it was not so hard. And this is it. This is the video for today. Thank you very much. Be sure to subscribe my channel on YouTube and my site learnmacrosnow.com for more videos. And if you have a question, please post on my site. I'll be very happy to make a video for you. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.